In the midst of social distancing and business lockdowns, a freelance writer and a graphic artist bought a bus, converted it into a tiny home on wheels, and moved out of our 4-bedroom house. 1 year later, we downsized to a Chevy Express. Now we travel between Texas and Pennsylvania from April through November while exploring small towns with rich histories. In the winter, we hunker down in Texas in our schoolie and dream of our next big trip.
We're Alan and Teresa.
And we're rolling with our gnomies.
So we are in Hillsborough, Texas, right outside the Texas Through Time Fossil Museum. I've got these dinosaurs along the sidewalk here, right outside the museum. That's pretty cool. So, we're outside the museum. Look at this ferocious dinosaur. Ferocious dinosaurs. Awesome stuff. Alright, so we are in front of the Hill County Courthouse. There it is. Nice big structure. And you got the Christmas bells going. You can hear them. I'm not sure where they're coming from. I guess the belfry up there, the tower. That is a beautiful building, though.
It was reconstructed in 1993. I take that back. It was reconstructed after 1993 because the center of it actually burned in 1993.
Yeah, so there was a fire in 1993 and they reconstructed it. That is gorgeous.
You see on the stone.
I love the clock.
If you look at the stones at the top, you can see the black from the fire. It actually stains the stones.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely gorgeous.
That is a beautiful building.
Now the bigger question is it prettier than Ellis County?
That's a good question. I like the Waxahachie Courthouse, but this is real good. It's beautiful.
It looks a whole lot like a gingerbread house.
It does kind of look like a gingerbread house. And there's a Texas Theater right there. So this building here, the face of it, the Wellington building, W.H. Ellington, has 1881 and 1914, the years on the face of it. I'm going to guess it was built in 1881 and maybe restored in 1914. Since we don't have any information on the building, the visitor center was closed. So we couldn't get a walking tour or anything, but I'm guessing that 1914 means something. More than likely it was built in 1881.
Sometimes you don't need a walking tour. Sometimes you just need to walk.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty little town to walk.
And they've got these old street lights here. You can see. I don't know how old they are, but
I imagine they're not original.
they're probably not. I can tell right now the bulbs are not. The globes.
Right.
They're not original for sure. So now we're looking at the Smith and Tomlinson County building, or company building. Smith and Tomlinson Company building. And it looks like it was built in 1896.
Looks like a castle.
It does sort of
Got
look like a castle. It's got the the parapet things on the top on the corners. They look like they might have been limestone.
Looks like it. Building on the other side.
Fading, of course. And then there's Gold Star Finance in between. I'm not sure what that was before, but the building right next to it looks like an older building, probably built in the late 19th century, early 20th. I'm going to guess late 19th, probably around the 1890s.
I'm guessing that was a hotel.
It could have been a hotel. It is now a business supply center, but I love how they did the corner there. They've got the windows there, the kind of the shaved off corner, with an old faded advertisement at the very top, which looks like it could have been tin or aluminum. That is a really nice, distinctive looking building. And got the advertising on the walls, which I love to see. I think it's really nice when I see good art on the side of a building like that. You can see the side of the business supply building. I can't read what the ad said. Can you read that? It's too faded, but it was obviously there.
I might can get it on the still photos when I zoom in.
Wrangler's Entertainment.
Gorgeous.
And there's a statue out front.
I think our followers had said the Hill County Courthouse was prettier than the Ellis County Courthouse. They were wrong. They should have been talking about the city library.
Yeah, the library is gorgeous.
And there's a historical marker here in front of it.
I love that. Nice. Usually you see like lions outside of the library, but in this case, you got the readers. In 1853, the Texas legislature carved Hill County out of Navarro County, and it was named after a physician and Republic of Texas Secretary of War, George Washington Hill. So that's a little bit about the history of Hill County. Hillsborough is the county seat of Hill County. Cotton was a mainstay of the late 19th century Hillsborough economy. Of course, you had a railroad that come through here. In 1923, the community established the Hillsborough Junior College. In 1981, Hillsborough became one of the Texas Historical Commission's 5 original Texas Main Street cities. Well, congratulations, Hillsborough. So in addition to the readers, you got the books right there. Really, really nice. Nice little addition there, and you've got the pagan monument to glorified fun fountain. I don't know what that's called. I'm just making stuff up. But this is a nice little walking path. A little garden. That's a beautiful fountain. And it goes right on back there. Nice. I bet this is beautiful in the springtime. Now we're going to walk up to the library steps. I could run up the steps and get to the top and throw my hands in the air like Rocky Balboa, even though he was in Philadelphia when he did that.
This used to be a post office.
Right. Right there it says United States of America.
It's a post office. It started its life as a post office.
Yeah. Is that what this says?
Yeah.
Renaissance Revival Building was
Until
constructed
1967.
as the 5th location for the Hillsborough Post Office. Work was begun in 1912, completed 3 years later. Wow. Later adapted for use as a public library. The Book Depository. You want to go inside?
No.
There's the library hours if you're ever in Hillsborough and you need to use the library. It's open 10 to 2 on Saturday. It's closed on Sundays. Yeah, they got the gates.
Those are original to the building.
Yeah, those are nice.
And this building was built in 1893.
1893, folks.
It says up there.
1893. Now we're looking at the other side of the Hillsborough County Courthouse.
No,
This is
that's Hill County.
Hill County Courthouse. This is the side view. I'd like to find out what year it was built.
I have that information. I'll put the link down in the description.
Oh, there's a bell over there.
I'll put the link in the description to the explanation for the courthouse.
Sounds good. $18.81 loft.
Yeah.
This is T.B. Bond Emporium. It's the T.B. Bond building. It was built in 1881. You can see up there. That is a beautiful black face, black brick building. Gorgeous. There's a historical marker here. Bond's Alley. Local site for politics, peddler shows, whittling, cockfights, and fisticuffs. Named for Bond's Drugstore, located here since 1881 and sheltering in bad weather people who usually sunned in the alley. Early neighbors varied from a Chinese laundry to an auto assembly shop. And here it is, folks, Bond's Alley. This is where you came if you were a vagrant looking to move up in the world. I'm just kidding. That's not what that means. The past becomes our present again with this restoration of Bond's Alley, completed June 1986, through the cooperative efforts of the City of Hillsborough and Bonds Alley Art Festival, Inc., a sesquicentennial project. There you have it, folks. Bonds Alley has been fully restored. Then, Colonial Trust.
This bank was built in 1887. It's a Farmers National Bank.
Nice.
It was built using sun-dried brick and later in 1912 replaced with kiln-dried brick. And it was purchased by the Colonial Trust Company. You can see their letters here.
Check out those columns.
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
Those are original.
Up there at the top above the columns it says Farmers National Bank.
Yeah, and if you look over here on the side of the building, it says Farmers National Bank up at the top. It says it was built in 1887 and resurfaced in 1913.
Yeah. Above the windows there on the white it says 1887 Farmers National
Bank. And down
Bank.
yonder it says 1913 when they replaced the sun-dried brick with the kiln-dried.
1913. Nice. Beautiful building. I'm sure that's a historic building. There is a monument here, or a historical marker, I should say.
The original
Lexington Village.
The original marker was located 4 miles west on Highway 22.
Right, and that was the site of the old Lexington Village, founded about 1851 on Jack's Branch.
That's a creek.
It was a Hill County's first settlement and only polling place when the county was organized on May 14, 1853. For 4 months, 2 log homes functioned as a courthouse until a special election put the county seat at Hillsborough.
Interesting.
And there it is, folks. Let's look at this bell. Oh, look. They got these open shutter things on the windows. That is awesome. There's the Hillsborough Bell. I have no idea what they call it. That's what I'm calling it. It's cracked up at the top. It looks like it's cracked all around at the top. This door is closed. Keep your mittens off. There you go, folks. All 3 of these buildings are historic buildings. You can tell from the architecture. And the green building there is 67 and a half Main Street.
No, that door is 67 and a half.
Yeah, the door is 67 and a half.
The big door in the center, it's 67.
Okay then, there you go.
Okay.
This is beautiful. Let's cross over. And then you got fountains out front.
There's something to be said for divided streets in the county square.
Right. They got a median right here in the middle of Main Street.
I think that's so they can have parking on both sides at an angle.
Probably so. Of course, it's construction over there in front of the courthouse, but
I think that kid we saw in the antique store said something about flooding in there.
yeah, they're renovating.
Restoring.
Yeah, they're restoring. Evidently, there was a flood not long ago
Inside the courthouse.
inside the courthouse, and so probably some pipes burst. They'd be old pipes.
February.
So they
Where-
could have. Yeah, you know what? It makes sense. Last year, the freeze, maybe the pipes burst and flooded. That would make sense. Gulf gas stations and the old Gulf gas pumps. I was not alive in the 50s, folks.
You were alive?
In the 50s?
No. 60s, though. They still there.
Yeah. That's what the gas pumps looked like in the old days
And kids would have no idea how to pump gas.
before they were digital. This is what they looked like. And back in those days, they'd come out and pump it for you. And wash your
Charge you more.
and wash your windows and air up your tires for you, make sure they were fully aired and inflated. They would check your oil. And they would do all of this for the price on the pump. They would not charge you extra. It was service, folks. They believed in service. That price says 89 cents. 89 cents. 89.9 cents. What year was gas?
Huh?
Actually, no, that's the gallons. It says 80. Well, the numbers are faded, but that's on 888.
Yeah.
89 gallons is what that says.
Alright.
What now? What now? You gonna go look at the monuments in front of the courthouse?
I mean, I reckon we can. I don't think we have this side.
No, we haven't walked on the sidewalk here on this side. Keep the receipt back from the what?
I didn't get one.
Alrighty.
That's not a receipt kind of place.
Well,
No, that's not a receipt kind of place.
why not?
I guess because I paid in cash. I don't know.
No. I mean, technically
I
we
didn't ask for one, so I didn't get
we
one.
ate lunch. I would have written it off because we wouldn't have paid to eat lunch if we didn't come to town.
I mean, it was fairly cheap. It was less than $20.
In God we trust. KIAMIALASDODPOWDAV. Those who served. They wanted to cover all their bases.
Right? Killed in action, missing in action.
Lost at sea.
I don't know what DOD is. Prisoner
Dead.
of war is POW.
Dead or deceased.
No. And DAV is disabled.
Disabled veterans.
Disabled.
DOD is Department of Defense, but I don't know.
Yeah, DOD is Department of Defense. I got nothing for
It
that.
has another significant meaning. I don't know. And we've got a closer look here, folks, of the courthouse. It's not from across the street as it was earlier.
Just absolutely.
It is gorgeous. Look at those columns right there. They've got Christmas lights on the tree. There's a plaque on the wall. Let's see what that says. It says Hill County Courthouse. The fourth courthouse for Hill County, organized in 1853, and the third one located in Hillsborough. Replaced a brick court building erected in 1874. Contractors Lovell, Miller, and Hood built the rusticated limestone structure in 1890. This also features a French Second Empire style, and the 3-story courthouse is topped by a 7-story clock tower. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to see what these decorations look like at night when they're all lit up.
Look. That red building right over there.
Yeah.
That's the Majestic Theater.
Oh, yeah. It is now a Milano's Pizza, but it was, from 1890 to 1932, the Majestic Theater in Hillsborough, Texas. And I'm going to bet that they got a lot of business. You want to go back and look at the other monument, see what it's about?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, and they've got the benches here, World War II, Vietnam.
The other one's the
Probably
Daughters of the Confederacy.
That's what DAV stands for. The park benches are World War I and Korean War. Oh, that's one over there is DAV?
That one over there is the CSA.
Okay. Alright, what now?
I think now we're going to head back to the car.
Yeah. So this is the building, folks, and they've got a little water pool thing there. It's doesn't have water in it.
Fairly certain that was the original thing.
Yeah. This is the old City Hall building, and I'd like to get more information on it.
Built in 1909.
Oh, Teresa's got the information.
C.D. Hill and Company were the architects. Tom Sowell was the contractor.
Built in 1909. So here's a memorial to James Harris. Right here, a little rock in his honor. Awesome little park bench there.
Alright, if I don't do this right, then I'm going to be on the bad side of my wife. So y'all bear with me and pray for me. But while you're doing that, don't forget, share us with your friends, like us if you like us if you don't, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. God bless.